the Covenant in Love, the book,
Yes.
and I'm looking through some of the chapters, and I see divine love or human love is in
Yes.
chapter 10. And, you know, I use this a lot again with my marriage reflections that I do
Yes.
and try to explain the difference. So what's divine love? I know I can say human love is conditional love, right?
Yes.
Typically, it's like you do this and you get that. It's very conditional. So what's divine love?
Unconditional and limitless in form. There is no way to form the construct that defines the nature of love, but pure love of divinity comes in many attributes. The higher vibrational aspects of knowing oneself in wholeness, knowing oneself as complete, knowing oneself as at peace, knowing oneself as in truth, knowing oneself as in wisdom, clarity, discernment. All these things are not your own. They are actually God in love manifesting through you. So if a person is honestly in the pursuit of true love, you must touch upon the love of divinity first before you extend love to another, or you will be coming with an inventory of that which is not love for them to either fix or deal with.
Mm.
But if you touch upon divine love without need or without possession, all of a sudden you become absolute love for the person that you are standing before. Not, I give you love so that you give this in return. You become the total instrument of that which is the divine. You come with the extension of constant form of blessing in the nature of extension of God before you, not what can Larry give into this relationship, or not what can Sue give in this relationship, or what can Mary or David or Johnson or even Andreas, what can they give in love, but what is it that I can do as I surrender that they would know God's love first? Because the one thing I can extend of the greatest gift and value throughout creation is God presence, God love. And I cannot touch upon that if I'm holding on to the love that I learned through the physical abuses I went in my youth. I cannot unlearn it by the things I witnessed through alcoholism. I cannot extend love through the places that I knew in disruption or when I was younger and I was raped. That's not love. But there are people that see that experience as being a loved experience. Oh, I felt love. That was the one time that I felt comfort. No. In your human experience, you've moved yourself away from what true comfort is, which is divine comfort. And you actually thought that in a physical union with somebody, not even a rape union, but an actual relationship with a woman and a man, or a man and a woman together in a sexual union, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman in that union, they're actually thinking that that defines love. Well, no. Because are you honestly extending God first, or how you can bring your partner blessing? So is a person in relationship to extend God's glory and reveal God's glory, or are they in such a place that they want to be recognized for what they're giving to somebody? I did this for them, they will love me in return. I came home and I was fully present and listened for her, because I know when I do that, she provides an amazing evening and a wonderful response, and she's very present for me because I'm present for her, and it becomes this exchange of process. I get lectured all the time, Larry, it's just not the way it's supposed to work, because you give out so much to people, you do this and you support that and you do that, and I'm like, well, hey, I love to see God evidenced for people. If that requires a little bit extra effort on my part, or if my son and I, we're going to go out in our off-road go-karts or side-by-sides, and we stick other people in there, and we're laughing, having a ball, watching them race around and leap off of sand dunes and stuff like that. That to me is a joyful experience. To me, godly love, extending them something that will bless them in such a way that doesn't have to return to me. That to me is what I see as an example that we can provide of divine love, is a extension of God into the situation, that gap moment. Like, here's a situation, a relationship I'm about to engage to. God first, and extend to them. I become the nature of God wishes to me to be, not what I have been known of the past. Oh, you're a really smart person. Somebody saying something. I return to God any aspect that somebody has defined me as, so that God would desire. If God says, oh, this guy is such a funny guy, he's so much fun to have around, he's the life of a party. Well, God, I return unto you the perception that others might see me, the life of the party, so that they would begin to recognize that being around this experience makes them feel a greater peace, makes them feel you. When I was younger, I had an experience where I was constantly in this state of clairvoyant awareness or psychic awareness. So if I walked into a restaurant or a bar or whatever, I could see and I knew everything. This person was raped. That person just had an argument with this one. But I was in my heart thinking, this is not right. This is almost like spiritual voyeurism. And even though, like, there's many people that do, they choose to do it. They choose the path of being a psychic or a clairvoyant or a healer or whatever. I chose to give those back to God, because I would rather it come from God's love instead of Larry's construct. What can Larry give today? I'd rather it be God complete. Instead of what can Larry extend as a healer, how can Larry surrender so that God's perfect healing emerges that God intends it to be? Same way with love. With my ex-wife, it was that way. I wanted to extend to my ex-wife first God's love, then mine second, so that she would experience God's love and comfort first, mine second. And in our life experiences with friendships, same thing. I want to extend to my friends, God first, me second.
Wow. I think we don't even need to go further. This is a good point to end it. And if I want to just kind of wrap it up by saying what you just talked about now, it seems to me that we have a task as humans, or a mission, or for some it's a wish, for some it's something we really want to do, is make that shift from human love to divine love.